There's a long-standing joke in the wax industry that if you want products to get used in races, you should put them in generic white tins and write something by hand on them and make it look like a prototype product or a race service product. Everybody loves something special that other people don't have, or maybe just isn't that common. You know the phenomenon, I'm sure. Race service product lives in a special world. It is part of a development cycle, and it's good to understand how that works. I pulled out a little example here. We've been working on a kick wax project with Star for the last few years, and we have the beginnings of it here. We have a Violet S, a Violet X, and a Violet Plus. These are prototype test waxes based on a direction we took from the very successful M series Clister mixes. And we wanted to see if we could do something for new snow conditions. And so we talked about what physical qualities we wanted in the wax. And Davide, the chemist, made up 3 versions that would approach this using different materials. And as it happened, Violet S was the clear winner. So after determining that this stick of wax was really awesome, we get a small series of wax that looks like this. Same tin, but now it's got a sticker, a little bit more professional, very race service. And we spent the rest of the season testing this along with a blue S and a red S and a yellow S. And the red S was too close to the Violet S, so we did a red plus S, which wasn't very good. But some stuff got changed around, and finally, by the time we came into this season, that Violet S had become the new S20. We designed a nice little label for it. It's a paper label that wraps around the tin and is still considered a race service product because it's not in the catalog for regular retail. That's pretty much the case with everything in this category. These Rex powders I just received from the Rex importer. They're prototype powders, but we already know that some form of these are going to be coming out to retail next year. The Star Clisters are part of a Clister project that we're working with. This Zero B wax, probably in this form, will never be a catalog wax, but it gets used in racing and has for the past 3 or 4 years. These Start Kickers, really interesting waxes that have been awesome. And I don't know why they're not in the catalog, but they're still in these generic white tins. The thing about these waxes is that you don't know exactly what state of development they're in or what purpose they're developed for unless you have insight into the people who are making the waxes. And it's really important if you start working with race service product that you get a little bit of the backstory. You understand what stage of development the wax is in, why it's not offered to the public, whether it will be, and what that's going to look like. Sometimes these products are just really specialty products. They're made for a specific set of conditions or maybe even a specific venue. Other times they are really like in development, like this Violet S was still strictly a test product, even though it's exactly the same as this without the dye in it. As long as you understand the backstory, there's a lot to be found in this category of race service products. We will basically categorize anything that is not widely available as a race service product. Once it's out into the stores, it's pretty much just available everywhere, and we'll let that be what it is. Try to move stuff out of there. But in general, we like to work with this fancy new stuff. It takes a lot of work to develop the understanding and the testing, and we'll try to update product descriptions to reflect that. But it's kind of a fluid category, and you need to understand what you're working with and be prepared to do a little testing to make the best use of these products.